Today we're going to discuss the immorality of abortions and why it needs to be banned in this country to uphold our country's status to give freedom and protection to all. We're also going to discuss the long-term effects that an abortion has on women and the gruesome methods that the doctors use to kill the babies. So first we're going to talk about the way the doctors kill the babies and just give a background. So an abortion is just removing a pregnancy or a baby from the mother. So in the U.S., women can get an abortion in some places all the way up until till the birth, and some places are trying to make it legal like right after birth. So first, kind of a background, a fetus kind of gets a heartbeat, so shows the life at about 4 to 6 weeks into the pregnancy. And they really start developing really quickly, and they start getting organs and, important parts of their body really fast, and that just comes in the next few weeks. So about like 8 to 10 weeks, the body will really develop and become a real body. And they also get nerves in this time, so they can feel pain. So around 8 to 10 to 12 weeks, they can start to feel pain. And several doctors have seen this. One doctor did an ultrasound while performing an abortion, and he described it as seeing a silent scream on the ultrasound. So the several types of abortion are going to be the vacuum aspiration, and that's when they just suck it out. They suck out the whole body and they kill it. So the next one is going to be dilation and evacuation. So they're going to dilate the mother's cervix and use forceps to tear apart the body, and then they just scrape out the fetus. So the next one is mifepristone pill, and that just causes the mother to have contractions and to push the baby out. And that one burns the baby, I'm pretty sure. This one does. The next one is the saline abortion, and that one will burn the baby. It's like putting a freshwater fish into salt water. It completely just burns the baby on the outside and on the inside. It's very bad obviously it kills them. And the people that survive these abortions normally live with long-term burns and scars on their skin. Alright. Now we're going to talk about why it's really unconstitutional. So most people's argument is my body, my choice. Now, there's obviously two bodies inside. So the mother has a body and the baby has a body. So this argument really doesn't make sense, because you can't really own that person even if you're making it. So another thing that people like to argue is that the baby isn't alive and that it doesn't feel it yet, but we see that at 4 to 6 weeks, the baby has a heartbeat, so it is alive. And after several weeks after that, you really start to see that the baby can feel pain. So this argument kind of is thrown out of the window there. Several Supreme Court cases have ruled against abortion, ruled for and against, so it's kind of gone back and forth. It's really a big thing right now in politics, and we kind of see it going back and forth in several different states. Like, I believe Florida just banned it completely for 7 weeks or something like that. So yeah. Now we're going to talk about the effects that the abortion has on women. So, it can obviously affect them physically. It can leave scars, and it can lead to future problems in future pregnancies. So it can lead to a damaged womb. It can lead to heavy bleeding during a pregnancy. It can just lead to infertility. Um, Several mental issues that have been seen very often is depression and anxiety. So they kind of just feel shame, guilt, anger, like they regret doing it. So they kind of just go into a depressed state and they get anxious about everything. So, um, this kind of just leads to a worse life for the mother in general, most of the time. In conclusion, today we talked about how abortion does not help the mother, or it does not help just anybody in general. The baby obviously dies, and you're just taking away a life. We also discussed how it is unconstitutional to the U.S. government, and how it can really have negative effects on women. Altogether, it's wrong, and it needs to be stopped.